Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. In this one we are heading off over to the Beer Monster 5 litre mini keg draft machine. In there we've got a keg from Lord's Brewing Co, who are out of Huddersfield, and this is their Chosen Man Bitter, coming in at 4.4%. At the time of me buying it, I think there was £6 off it. It was £16.50 if I remember rightly, and should have been, I think, £22, so £5.50 off. So yeah, their beers have been pretty decent, very much old school, a lot of the ones that I've had, certainly in the keg form. So hopefully this one's going to be okay. So I'm going to pause the, well, I won't pause the video. Yeah, I will pause the video. Of course I'm going to pause the video. We're going to pause the video, get it all set up, and we'll do a video of the pour, come back and take it from there. So let's get cracking. So I should have my dimple glass out, but I've already used that. I used that for something else yesterday. So machine is set at 44, which is about 5 degrees. We'll give it a bit of gas, we'll give it a bit of welly for a few seconds, and then we'll crack on with the pour. Right, let's give it a go, see what we get. There we go. Watch out, Baz, a mother-in-law's just turned up. So, we're back. Beer in a glass. It's in the old All the Beer No Idea glass. It's a nice sort of, I'm going to say sort of amber chestnut sort of colour. Not many bubbles going up the glass, but there is some carbonation in there. We've got, when I poured it, there was a finger of white, pretty compact white head, but it is going down pretty quick. It's looking like a real ale. So without further ado, let's dive in on the nose and see what we get. A little bit toffee caramel thing going on in there. Malty, a nice subtle hop aroma. There's maybe a little bit of sort of grapefruit in there, so maybe he's used some different hops in this to give it that New World bitter kind of thing. But overall, it smells pretty decent. So let's stop waffling. Let's dive in on Lord's Brewing's Chosen Man New World Bitter. Cheers. Okay, body's not too bad. I've got to admit, I did try it yesterday. The canister, my CO2 canister thing was running out, so it didn't do it any favours. So once that run out, I put a nice fresh one in. So we got a fresh canister in here, and it almost, the beer almost feels better for it. Not a bad body on it. It's not massively carbonated. It's a real ale really, and it doesn't seem to matter that it gives it however much CO2 you give it. Really, it doesn't make it massively fizzy. So yeah, the carbonation's just in the background. It is pretty smooth. On the taste, first couple of mouthfuls definitely started out malty. The more you drink, you start getting that hop note in there. For me, it's got the hedgerow kind of hop note in it, with a little bit of something like a grapefruit sort of taste, hoppy grapefruit sort of taste in there. It is bitter, it's pretty bitter, and it gets more bitter the more you drink it. And again, like I say, it's more sort of hedgerow bitterness to start off with, and it just sort of tails off for me into something like a gentle grapefruit sort of thing going on. Goes down pretty easy, very much old school, very much traditional. 4.4%. I think you could be mistaken for thinking it's a little bit stronger just with that bitterness, but other than that, there's no sort of sign of the alcohol. But yeah, not a bad drop at all. So yeah, Lord's Brewing's Chosen Man New World Bitter. If you like them old school, you're going to like this. If you don't like them old school, you won't like it. Simple as. But for me, gets a thumbs up for an old school sort of beer. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Thank you all for watching. Feel free to subscribe as well, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.